What is good, everybody? It is your boy Super Saiyan Cab back with another Xenoverse 2 DLC 10 discussion for you guys. Today we're going to be talking about the characters not only that I believe will be coming to this DLC pack, but also some characters that I really pray actually come to this DLC pack instead. So again, not only are we going to be going over the predictions that I think are going to come true, but we're also going to be going over my hopes of what I am praying for to actually come true with DLC pack 10 on Xenoverse 2. Now, like I said recently, a lot of you guys seem to like the discussion videos, so I'll keep these coming every now and again for you guys, and that kind of showed by all the love that the last one that we did regarding Super Saiyan 4 and Super Saiyan God Awoken skills for DLC 10, which I still really believe that they should be adding in, not only because we've been waiting for those and asking them for so long, but also at the simple fact that, you know, you got to improve DLC from DLC. You cannot just give us Super Saiyan Blue Evolution and all this other lit stuff that came with DLC 9, because believe it or not, we got a lot of skills from it. We got 3 characters that had at least 5 unique skills to themselves alone, and some people may be saying, well, what about Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta? He had a bunch of skills that he already had. Yes, that may be true, like Final Flash, but Final Flash became a super attack. Atomic Blast is on the other Vegeta, the Majin Vegeta as well, but at the same time it works completely different for Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta. He has Flash Strike, but at the same time that is his evasive, not a regular super attack. And then he also has the Final Explosion, which works a bit differently than regular Final Explosion in the sense that you do not turn to stone at the end of that one like you would from the actual regular one that is in the game. So again, there are a lot of changes that came to Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta, and then Ribrianne and Super Saiyan God Vegeta got a bunch of unique skills that were brand new to them and exclusive to this DLC pack, which is how I believe characters should honestly be made. So with them putting all that work into DLC 9, it only leaves the fan base kind of wanting more and wanting at least the same amount of work put into DLC 10, or at least the same amount of hype into DLC 10 as there was around DLC 9. Now, getting into the characters that I believe first and foremost are coming, guys, we're going to talk about the ones that I'm pretty sure are going to be what we actually get, and then we're going to talk about the ones that I want in this game after that. But first and foremost, like I've said in some videos in the past, guys, I do believe that there are 2 possibilities at this point in time for the actual characters that we're going to get, and that will be either Kale and Caulifla or Topo and Dispo. I just truly feel, since it is a duo pack, that one of those 2 duos will actually be coming and be the DLC pack 10 for us, and then maybe along with that we will also get another story mode added in, because finally the Tournament of Power characters are mostly here once we get 2 of those at least, whether it be Kale and Caulifla or Topo and Dispo. Now, getting that out the way really quickly, because again I've kind of mentioned that in past videos, we're going to talk more about the characters that I actually want, and I've brought some new characters into this, or I've thought of some new characters that would just be absolutely fire and would not only get me hype, but would get the fan base hype. I'm thinking of characters here, guys, that would absolutely ignite the fire under the fan base's ass and get everybody extremely hyped for it as well. And the first character I want to talk about, Android 21. This is a character that I promise you, if Bandai or Dimps decided to actually add this character in, now is it likely? Most likely not, but it's still the character that I want the most probably out of all of it, not only for the game itself, for people to come back to the game, things like that, give the game a little bit more life, but also because Android 21 is absolute fire, and it would be lit to see her in Xenoverse 2. I don't understand why they can't make some kind of crossover like that happen. It's not like Bandai did not produce Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 and Dragon Ball Fighters or anything like that. The only difference is the developers between Arc System and Dimps, and I'm sure it would not be too hard to get them on board to actually have some kind of crossover like that. And again, to me, that would be absolute fire and would be something that so many people, guys, would be so happy about and so excited for, including myself. I do not think there is another character at this point in time that they could really announce that would probably get more hype than that, unless they went the route of like the Dragon Ball Super manga or something along those lines. And I still don't think that it would get the hype from top characters like that in like Majin 21 or Android 21 would if she was actually chosen as a DLC character and added to this game. So that is the main character that I would just love to see finally come to Xenoverse 2. I mean, like I said, I don't see why a crossover would not be possible. It should be very possible, and if they want to make money, if Bandai is about the dollars, which they seem to be for the most part, then they would actually listen and do something like this for the fan base, get the fan base extremely excited for DLC Pack 10. Like, you can literally just release her by herself and people will be insanely hyped for that character alone. So that's definitely the number one character I would love to see. Now, the other characters that I would personally love to see them go in the direction in would be another type of crossover thing, and it's something that I've kind of talked about in the past before, and that would be the whole Super Dragon Ball Heroes route. And if they did go the Dragon Ball Heroes route, like I've also said before, it could start the gateway or be the gateway for Xenoverse 3 in a brand new story that actually starts going into that Heroes world, since they are basically kind of the same thing, you know, like Heroes and Heroes has the Time Patrol, Xenoverse has the Time Patrol. They are very similar in that regard, so I don't see why it wouldn't be possible for them to make that happen. But again, that's something that I've kind of talked about in past videos as well. Yes, I would love to see it happen. Do I think it actually will? I do not know, but if Dimps and Bandai were smart and actually wanted to lead into Xenoverse 3, they would do something along those lines without question, in my opinion. But again, personally, the character that I want to see most in this game is definitely Android 21 from Dragon Ball FighterZ. It would just get the community so excited, so extremely hyped. Everybody, for the most part, would be buying this DLC. Even if you probably ain't played Xenoverse in over a year, you may come back just to buy that DLC alone if it actually did feature Android 21. On top of the fact that we were kind of teased with a little bit of a crossover before in the past when we were supposed to get Android 21's clothes for our CACs, but then it only turned out that Japan was the only country that actually got those clothes as rewards or as a part of the free update, and it honestly angered a lot of the fan base. So if they were to finally come with an Android 21 and come with the costume as well for her, for not only the Japanese but American players as well, again, so many people would just be excited, and I think that would be the best character that they could possibly add at this point in time for Xenoverse 2. Now again, the characters that I think are actually going to come are probably either Kale or Caulifla or Topo and Dispo. One of those two duos is the most likely bet for Xenoverse 2. But again, if they either went into the Android 21 with Dragon Ball FighterZ crossover or into a Super Dragon Ball Hero crossover, I think those would get more hype and more just positive response from the community in general. But let me know what you guys think about all this down below in the comments, guys. But as always, man, thank you guys so much for watching. Really hope you guys enjoyed. Until next time, hope you have a good day. Peace, y'all.